hi everybody. We're on day 2 of our open house here at the International School at the University of Haifa. My name is Moshe. I work in the recruitment and advising office at the International School. I'm excited that you joined us for this info session to learn more about the International Masters of Science in Statistics. If you have any questions, please send them in the chat and we'll be able to answer them at the end of the session. So without further ado, I'm happy to introduce Professor Philip Zvi Rees, head of the program, who will tell us more. Professor Rees, please take it away.
Okay, thank you very much, Moshe. Let me just open this up. Okay, this is really just a very short presentation. A few slides about a little bit about the program, a little bit about the department in general. Okay, so first of all, I'll just mention our program is an MSc. That was actually a recent change. So it was originally an MA. People seem to be happier with an MSc in statistics. So that's what it is right now. So it's actually been, this is a cover from The Economist magazine. It's already been, just almost exactly 12 years that people have been talking about the data deluge. And I guess I don't really need to explain to people that, in today's world, data are everywhere. And, there's a need for scientists and analysts who can figure out what to do with it. In fact, part of what statisticians do is not just analyze data that already has been collected, but also to participate in play an important role in the design of studies, so that the data that one has are actually meaningful and useful. And another, I have a little quote here, which is from an American statistician named John Tukey, one of the great statisticians of the 20th century, who said that the best thing about being a statistician is that you get to play in everyone's backyard. So I, for example, in part of my work as a statistician, I collaborate with psychologists, psychiatrists, and also sometimes people working in environmental science. I recently started a new collaboration with people in the archaeology department here at the University of Haifa. And so it is really just a very fun profession to be a statistician, because there really is a tremendous variety in the areas of application that one is exposed to. So here are just a few pictures of the university. At the top left, you see an aerial view of the campus. It's really a very, very beautiful campus, atop Mount Carmel. And I've just, let me see, just a few, top right, you see some of our students, graduates, actually a postdoc and a master's student. Bottom left, you see just a scene from graduation. And at the bottom right, that's a talk being given by Professor Ori Davidov, who is our department chair, and also he teaches 2 of the core courses in our program. So just a few, basic pieces of information about the master's program. Oh, and okay, and as so again, so so people are more than welcome to just type questions if you have any in the chat. Also, after I finish, I guess people are welcome to just speak up and ask that way. Okay, so the master's program. So as I guess everyone here already knows, so it is an international program, which means we do have some students from Israel, other students from other places, and we've had students from North America, South America, Europe, China, Africa. So of course not all these people from all these different countries don't necessarily speak Hebrew. So all courses are taught in English. In general, the admissions the main admission criterion for admissions is a bachelor's degree with an average of at least 80 in a relevant field. So we have students who some students from our own department who so of course have a bachelor's degree in statistics. We get applications from we get quite a few applications for people in other fields such as mathematics, computer science, economics, and usually, well, we sort of consider each case on its own merits. But, you know, sometimes people come with, let's say, a degree in economics or engineering and a few courses in statistics or probability, and so we have to you know, consider each case individually. I myself sort of came to the field of statistics from mathematics, where I did some graduate work. But it is possible to make that transition in many cases. Okay, so the program basically works like this. There are 8 kind of regular courses, which are offered during you know, the fall and spring semesters, plus a data science project or practicum, which is generally some sort of a collaborative project, usually with the faculty member from another department in the university. And it's usually done over the summer. So the fall and spring courses are offered on Sundays and Tuesdays, and they can be completed either in 1 year. That's 4 courses per semester, or in 2 years. So if you do 2 courses per semester. Now, some students who are more on a research track, instead of doing the summer practicum, will do a thesis. So that's kind of, instead of the project, but it's a more serious project. It involves a proposal. It involves, first of all, finding an advisor with the research area that is of interest to the student, and then preparing a thesis proposal, which has to be approved, and then one prepares the thesis itself. That generally adds about a year to the program. And I've just included a link to the page on the department website with all the details. And actually, so here is basically at a glance the different courses. Again, so this doesn't include the summer data science practicum, but essentially the schedule of the classes is really designed to help or to be convenient for students who may already be working. We have quite a few students who even before they arrive are able to are working for a company, for a hospital, for a government agency as some sort of data scientist or data analyst. So because of that's not usually the case for international students, but for our Israeli students, it's often more convenient to be able to just come here either 1 day or 2 days a week. So we have each semester we have kind of 2 Sunday courses and 2 Tuesday courses, and so that means for students taking those courses, it's kind of a full day of coursework. So generally, it works this way. So people who are doing it in 2 years usually take kind of the Sunday courses. So first semester they'll take probability and applied statistics 1, and then second semester they'll take statistical inference and high dimensional data analysis, and then second year the Tuesday courses. So first stochastic processes and optimization for data science, and then second semester applied statistics 2 and statistical learning theory. So those students which includes, I would say, most international students have actually done things in 1 year. So I guess for those interested in that, so you would just sort of cross off what I wrote here about first year, second year, because it's all done in 1 year. So in other words, it would be first semester all 4 of these courses, and then second semester all 4 of the courses in the second row. Okay, I wanted to mention just a thing or two about the faculty members in our department and a little bit of what they do research in. That's especially relevant to people who might want to do a thesis. So we have faculty working in a number of different areas. So some work in kind of more theoretical and mathematical statistics, others in applied statistics or biostatistics. We have people working in kind of applied probability areas, in particular operations research, things like queuing theory, which is something that's, there's a kind of a theory to it, but also it's very applicable to a lot of companies. Causal inference is a kind of a new area and something that's very, very important. And we also have faculty working in actuarial science. We actually have a whole other master's program in actuarial science, but that's not an international program. It is just an area of interest for our faculty. And we have some really very strong faculty members who publish in the leading statistics journals and really are internationally recognized. And okay, so I just thought I would throw in some pictures from before the COVID pandemic. We sort of had a department tradition of at the beginning of the year going somewhere maybe in the Carmels, kind of a bit to the south of the university, and going for a hike, which concluded with a nice group lunch. So yeah, that's a fun activity which we haven't been able to do the last couple of years, but we hope to perhaps we'll be able to. We hope to be able to kind of return to that tradition starting in October of 2022. Okay, so I'll just mention as has been announced. So there's this 75% discount on the application fees for those who submit today. And I'll just add here the department website and just the university website. And generally, well, I put here 2 email addresses. So one is mine, and the other is Hannah Abraham, who is our department administrator, and people who have questions about the sort of the registration process and kind of administrative questions. There's a special email address for Hannah, student at STAT. And I think that's it. Maybe I could put.
Great, thank you for that presentation. So if our attendees would like to unmute themselves, they have the ability to do that. In the meantime, I just had some general questions maybe you could shed some light on. So first, we always like to see what are maybe the strengths or the advantages of actually studying statistics in Israel, and maybe more specifically Haifa. So do you have any thing you could add to that?
Well, okay, so I think the advantages of studying specifically statistics or specifically in Israel. It's kind of two.
Whichever you prefer, yeah.
Okay. Well, I think that statistics. Well, we have a. I'm trying to think which question to answer first. Well, essentially, as I mentioned, I mean, we have in terms of studying in Israel, we actually have our faculty members. I mentioned, very briefly, we have faculty members that I think, are on a par with those anywhere, and the research, is certainly on a par with those everywhere. And in terms of just the rigor and the level of the courses, I try to teach my students at the same. I studied at Columbia University in New York, and I think the course I offer in multivariate analysis is quite at the same level, and I try to make it even better if I can. But although I had a very good professor for multivariate at Columbia, the area of statistics, I think well, I mentioned the kind of general ubiquitousness of data nowadays. So I think that's something that people are aware of. But nowadays, because data, is kind of everywhere today, so there are a lot of people who can run sort of, basic analyses, do sort of basic, data processing or data analyses. But I think that what our program offers specifically is not just the ability to sort of, run software, but we do have that also. We do offer that also, but we offer some more in-depth understanding, both the theoretical courses and also the applied courses. I teach somewhat more applied courses, and part of that is not just how to run a regression, but like, why to run a regression, how to understand a regression. So we try to really offer a deeper understanding. And I think companies that are, that are really strong companies and really understand, the value of data and how to get, how to extract value from data. Those companies really understand the value added of statistical training. I've heard from people in human resources in high tech that people, that there's a great demand for in-depth statistical expertise, and that's what we try to offer. That was a little bit of a long-winded answer. In terms of one other thing about why Israel and why Haifa, it really is beautiful. So for those who are not familiar, like Haifa is a wonderful place in many ways, both physically, as I said, you have to really be there to really see, the beautiful view from the peak of Mount Carmel. But another thing is that in particular, like, compared to there are other wonderful universities in Israel, we're the only one that offers an English language program in statistics. And just another thing I'll say about Haifa in general, and you can see this on the international school website, is it's really it's a wonderful, diverse place where I think it's probably the most diverse student body in Israel, and we're in a part of the country that's really ethnically diverse, Jews, Arabs, and others, and everybody sort of learns together and works together and gets along, and it's really quite a beautiful thing that I personally made Aliyah. I moved to Israel from America in 2015, and I wasn't really aware of this kind of special atmosphere that we have here in Haifa, but it's really something to see.
Great. So a couple things. First, we have Mr. Amit Donner, who just joined us. Welcome.
Hi, hello. Hello.
Hi. Yes. And also in the chat, we have another question, and then also, Amit, you could, if you want to take a chance to introduce yourself first, and if you have a few words. Otherwise, we could go straight to the questions. So whatever you're feeling.
Just say hello, greetings. My name is Amit. I'm just about to finish my master's in international program here in Haifa University. I did my BA also in Haifa University in statistics, of course, and I really enjoyed this program here. I learned a lot, also from Philip and from the other professors in this department. We do a lot of programming and theory, and we dig deep into the heart of statistics, in my opinion. We just really try to really figure it out and really understand what we are doing, how we are doing it, and also all related to the data science and all the new and very up-to-date methods and approaches of how to deal with data and analyze it, and trying to make very good observations about the given data and how to approach it. So I really enjoy this program in the university and the last almost 5 years that I'm here.
Great. Well, thank you for joining. We're happy to hear your perspective and how the course is going. And so one question here is if you could understand this as is there some chance to publish a paper, I guess, about data science when a student chooses a thesis track for the 1-year master's?
So okay, so that, yeah, it's certainly a possibility. I mean, I think that okay, generally. So if one does a thesis, it's generally a 2nd year, just to be clear. But I think that it's definitely, well, I imagine, for example, Amit, the stuff he's working on is going to find its way into a publication. But generally, if you spend a year working on a project that's with one of our faculty members, that that's generally, I think, where we that's the idea, that's the objective, is that it be of a depth that it could be published in a statistics journal or more generally in the area of data science. Incidentally, I would say that there are different there are different opinions about where statistics fits in with data science. I would say that we sort of look at it as a, I don't know, I'd be interested to hear what, I mean, how you see it, but I mean, you know, we sort of look at, I sort of look at statistics as being a kind of core discipline of data science. But nowadays, you know, there's a need for, let's say, collaborations with people in computer science and information systems. But you know, we look at statistics. I think of myself as a data scientist. I think of our students as being data scientists. So anything though, the thesis work that comes out of our department, I think, you know, it's generally publishable, and it would definitely fall under you know, the general rubric of data science.
Great. So, and just to make that clear, so it sounds like people who choose the thesis track could take up to an additional year past the first year. Okay, great. Great. So I'm not seeing any more questions coming in. In the meantime, I'm just going to put some more information in the chat for people who want to see more about the program and how to apply to the for this semester coming up. Also, just a reminder, this is our second day of our open house, so there's plenty more programs that we'll have info sessions about. And also, if you apply by March 15th, you'll get to take advantage of our campaign, which is 75% off the application fee. Great. I see a lot of thank yous coming in. So great. That was a great presentation. Again, thanks for your time, Professor Reese and Amit. And if you want to stay a minute, you're free to give your last words. Otherwise, thanks so much.
Thank you, and good luck.
Yeah, no, you know, I'm just gonna type my hang on a second to everyone. I'm gonna just type my email address again. So we are kind of live on the internet, so maybe people are a little bit shy about but you know, George and Nvidia and anyone else watching on the web is more than welcome to contact me by email, and I'd be happy to answer questions. I can meet you privately by Zoom, or you know, answer emails, and I'm always happy to help and answer any questions. Great.
Thanks so much for joining. Have a great day, and have a great day, everybody. We'll hope to see you at our other sessions.
Have a good day, everyone. Bye-bye.
Okay, take care. Correct. Thank you.